Happy holidays, all you lovelies. And I will not sing. Well, I was kind of singing, but I don't think I'll be copyrighted. All right, well, whatever the English is on that one. Let's just move on, okay? Hi, it's Mama G here at Mama G Gear. Switched it up a little there. Oh my gosh, what did I have in my coffee today? I actually had it's like a hot chocolate mix that somebody gifted me for Christmas, and it's in a little cup, and they melted white chocolate in this one, and then hot chocolate powder, and then marshmallows and chocolate, and then when you put it in the water, well, I put it in my coffee, but you put it in your coffee or whatever, and mix it up, and it's slamming. So I'm not sure. I'm a little giddy, so I'm not quite sure what else might have been put in that hot chocolate mix. You never know. All right, so let's move on. Let's go. All right, 3 more days. 23rd, 24th, and then Xmas. And it says open December 25th, so I don't know if I should open it today because it's not yet technically Christmas Day. So I might open these two. You're not going to see my face because I was already warned by the gifter to the giftee that I will probably ugly cry. So I'm playing it safe, Brenda. And I'm going to open these off camera. I mean, well, without you, not off camera, but without you seeing my face. You don't want to see my face today anyway. I will start really quick with this bag that came, and I did open it because the name of the company that it came from didn't make any sense. So I was like, I didn't order that. I didn't order from this company. And I asked the man that lives here, and he goes like, no, I didn't get you anything. I'm like, hello. And so I didn't know, and it was written to my birth name, not Mama G or Jenny. It was sent to Virginia. Yeah, so I opened it, curious. Anyway, what it is my Thryss and Stitches colorway for the month of December. And I know a lot of other people have already opened theirs, and I didn't open the bag. I peeked in and saw. I said, oh, okay, Thryss, maybe she has her husband's company, whatever, mail it out. But thank you, Thryss. This is gorgeous. I love the little organza bags. Just like saying organza bags. All right, let's get moving here. Beautiful. Can you see? Am I anywhere near the camera? Oh, there we go. Okay, can you see without the reflection? Green and red stitch markers, aka earrings, because they could go for both. You don't have to just use them for stitch markers. But I'm going to put them in my collection. They're beautiful. And here is her card. I'm sure you all know about her now. She got an amazing shout out and love from Bod, and I'm so happy and excited for her because it just blew up her channel, and she deserves it because she does beautiful work. Look at this. Come on, there's sparkle. I don't know if you are able to see the sparkle if I do this. This is gorgeous, absolutely. And I was fortunate enough to get this particular weight. I think it's DK, I don't know. It's like a 3-weight. Yeah, I cut all my fingernails down because 2 broke. Anyway, it's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina. There's 231 yards, and the name of this colorway is Christmas Cheer. That makes sense. It's really gorgeous, and I love that it had sparkle. I didn't know it was going to be sparkly. This one seems way more sparkly. Or maybe just my light, the way my light's hitting. But anyway, I'm stoked. It's gorgeous. And hey, now let's do everything backwards. Eat our dessert before our meal. Oh, how cute! And oh, sparkles in here. That's what it is. Never mind. Okay, so the sparkles on this is from the card. Perhaps, I don't know. I'm confused. I see some sparkles on the other one, but not as much. I don't know. This looks like all right, Thryss, I'm confused. I don't know. Is it sparkle in both of these, or my eyes just playing, my old eyes playing games on me. Anyway, they're both gorgeous regardless. Okay. With warm thoughts of you, enjoy, and look at the little snowman. The nicest part of the holidays is remembering and wishing special people like you the best of everything. Thank you, Thryss. That's a beautiful card. Thank you so much for your support. I really hope you enjoy this tonal yarn inspired by, Mother's Crocheted Candles. Yes, I remember seeing the candles. They're beautiful. Many blessings to you and your family. I wish you a fabulous holiday season. Thank you for using the word fabulous. I try to use that as much as I can. It's a great word. Thank you, Thryss. That's really beautiful. And why one seems more sparkly than the other is kind of a cool mystery. So I'm totally cool with that. These are gorgeous. And I don't know if Rusty will steal them from me, but it's okay if she does. Well, I'm gonna not waste your time putting those back. I'll do it later. Before I open these, I had gotten a package, which clearly I've already taken out because I have tried twice to do this video or throw this in a video and was unable to get through it without just getting emotional. So I'm going to do it today without getting emotional. I received this. These are really cool. All right, nothing super special, but I never used these before, and I do have a hard time, even though I make threaders for yarns and threads. I mean, I literally make them and give them away to people, but I don't use one of mine, which is really ridiculous. But this is threaders to sew in your ends and stuff. That's great. They call them finishing needles. I'm just looking at that now. I didn't know that. But thank you for that. And also, before we look at this card, thank you so much to each and every one of you that sent Christmas cards and holiday cards to me. I apologize. I do not send cards. I haven't done that in a lot of years. I think I went into that in another video. After my mother passed, I stopped sending out cards. Not going into it. But I do want to thank you guys because, oh my Lordy, I have so many Christmas cards and they're all in I have triple pane windows in my kitchen and I have them sticking in, I'm showing you this way like you know, sticking in all on the windows. And it's really awesome because I spend a lot of time in the kitchen, not eating, but doing dishes and such and feeding animals. So I'm there and I get to enjoy them many, many, many times throughout the day. This particular one, let's try to stay in the camera here, lady. Peace, and I hope you can see the adorable puppies and kittens. And this little guy right here, if perchance Daniel or Ash are watching, look, it's a little baby Oslo. How cute. Oh, but it's just so adorable. So hopefully I'm going to tag Daniel, obviously, in this because of what I have received. This is it's from my friend Jill, my very dear, sweet friend Jill. A little something for you. It's Halloween Advent meets Christmas Advent. Enjoy. Much love. Okay, little backstory. From Gina. Hi, Gina. The Knitting Turnpike. I had won Daniel at Paw Ply Guys Halloween Advent, which was a bunch of mini skeins, mini hanks of hand-dyed yarn. Okay. We were doing an auction to raise money for our Mental Health Meows Charity. And this beautiful friend has been very generous to us, both Rusty and I, and also to our charity. So I mailed her the Advent instead of, I was going to put it up for auction, and I'm like, you know what? I just mailed it to her. Well, I wanted her just to have it from me to her as a gift. But instead, because she's an amazing person and way too generous to me, she donated money to our charity. Okay, all that's awesome. I can handle that. What I had a hard time handling is the fact that she took that yarn and clearly other hanks of yarn, because there's no way that all of this was made out of just those skeins, or those little hanks, I'm sorry. And she made this, she knitted this side of this amazing hat, and then this looks like crochet. I might be wrong, because you know I'm still a newbie kind of at this, but it looks like a brim, which it's just crocheted that way. And then this is the other side, which is a crochet stitch. I'm going to hold it up really close so you can see that stitch. She must have used like a microscopic hook to do this, because those are some seriously tiny amigurumi stitches. I absolutely, I'm not going to cry, because I twice before, well, and also opening it with Rusty because when we got it, I had Rusty would happen to be here and we opened it. I teared up and then tried to do 2 videos to show you, and again got all mushy. So there is an amazingly warm double thick hat, and it fits perfect. And she used the Paw Ply's Advent yarn to make these, and clearly more than just the Advent yarn, because I don't see how she could make this out of just those hanks. And I'm going to take the time. Let's see, do I got that in frame? It's an, I don't even know, it's a granny stitch, but it's a nice tight one. I'll hold it up closer so you can see the stitch. It's a nice tight granny stitch, but it's also diagonal. So I don't have a clue as to what this is, but just look at how amazingly fabulous this is. I don't even know. I don't have the words in the English dictionary to express how much this means to me. I mean, I actually wear your other hats, Jill, all the time. There's one right on my nightstand because I was wearing it yesterday. Yeah, this is so beautiful, so warm. I kind of digging this side with it. Thank you. Truly from the bottom of my heart. Just thank you. Because yeah, you know. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Isn't it amazing? Aren't you all jealous? Because you should be jealous, because this is beautiful, one of a kind, hand dyed, made every stitch with massive amounts of love. Look, I can't even fold it. I'm so shook up. All right, that's from my sweet friend Jillie Bean. All right, and on to, let's do, look at that, cat hair. We're going to move on to Brenda. Brenda, this is almost over. I don't know. I've only got 3 more boxes or packages. These are from Brenda, and hence why the main reason you're not seeing my face. Well, that other from Jill, but also because I will probably start crying. I can't believe it. All right, I'm gonna stop saying it. I'm sorry. I hope everybody had a nice winter solstice. Every day is getting a little longer of light. We have some snow here as of the time of this filming, which I'll probably upload this today, even though it's not these days, but I'll upload these today, hopefully. Yeah, I guess there's a pretty bad storm coming, so everyone, of course, be very careful out there. I'm a little nervous because Rusty and Banjo are going to be driving 6 hours to Connecticut for Christmas, and I'm hoping that, I'm hoping that the snowstorm will be behind them or past them, because driving from here through the Catskills, if it's icy weather, it's really bad, because there's some areas that the street doesn't get sunlight, And then you're up in the mountains, so it's mountains. So I'm so nasally when I say those words. I noticed that from listening to my videos. Really have a very nasally, yeah. All right, you don't need to hear that. But anyway, move on, lady. So, yeah, some of the areas get pretty nasty. Ask the man that lives here, because he tried to come home one time for Thanksgiving because he was working down in Connecticut and we were living up here. And I said, no, just stay there. It's Thanksgiving. Who cares? I mean, I'll get some Chinese food. And he was determined to come home for that. And he was driving perfectly fine, and he had a guy behind him, and they just slowly trekked along, staying in one lane, and the guy, he didn't know the guy behind him, but, and then this little hot rod kid in daddy's new car decides to pass them both, must have hit a dry spot, spun out, smashed into the man's car, pushed him. Well, the man, he's an amazing driver. He drives in New York City, Manhattan, so he's an amazing driver. And he was able to try to go as far over as possible, thank goodness, because he could have gotten hurt. The guy behind him was able to stop and, really did it. He left the bumper there. That's how bad the car was. He just threw it off the side, but don't tell anybody. Anyway, so, and the kid's like trying to say to the guy that was following behind the man, like, oh, did you see what he did? He cut me off. And the guy behind him's like, look, dude, I've been following him. That was your bad, because he tried to cut in front of both of them speeding up and then cut in front, and then this all happened. All right, did you need that? No, unnecessary. Anyway, oh my. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Pomadoodle by Red Heart. This is cool. Look at the huge pom-poms. Oh my God. I've never had this. Crinkles. And if I could say this without it happening, we haven't had a dog bark thus far. Look at this. Oh my goodness. And Cindy Lulu did a explanation tutorial yarn thingy about how to crochet with this so that the pom-poms all stick up to the top. Oh my, and there's 3 of them. Oh, this broke off, so let me take that out and read it. The Thunder is the name of this colorway, which totally makes sense because it's grays and whites and black. It's a 7 weight. That's because of the pom-pom. And it's 100% polyester, machine wash and dry. I do things by hand. And there's 14 yards per skein. This is cool. Yeah, again, my brain right now is, oh, look how it shows a little cat bed, and it shows a little cat foot. Oh my, total cat bed. All right. And maybe is that pattern in there? Not that I can follow patterns, but let's see. Son of a gun. Yes, the pattern is in there. Good job, Brenda. Crinkles. I don't know about you, but I like the sound of crinkles. That's cool. That will be a cat bed for sure. Speaking of cats, do I go into it? All right, Mr. Rusty and I years ago, 14 years ago, when I still lived in Connecticut, we both still lived in Connecticut 15 years ago, I bought this property. This property was an old farmhouse. It had been, that I'm living in now, that had been abandoned for 2 years. It was uninhabitable. We bought it in the middle of February. It was freezing cold here. We stayed at a little local yokel hotel and would come here in the daylight because there was no electricity and all that, and worked on this house. We bought the house sight unseen. Okay. We were living in Ansonia, Connecticut at the time, which one of the new drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race is from Ansonia, and 2 other ones are from Connecticut. I'm very excited. So 3 queens are from Connecticut, my home state. Anyway, like you care. But anyway, I do. When we were shopping, Rusty and I went to a grocery store shopping. One of the workers there had brought garbage out to the back dumpster and found a little newborn. We're talking like a day old, okay? Kitten by the dumpster. He had it in a very low cardboard box, and he was kind of walking around the store not knowing what to do. The manager said, just put it out in front, somebody will take it. Of course, curious me, go, what's in the box? And Rusty and I are looking, and it's this little itty bitty kitty that, like I said, it was maybe a day old because the ears were closed, the eyes were closed, and the mother was probably moving her litter from one place to the next, which she takes one cat at a time, drops them off. This little guy was either the first one being dropped off or the last one being taken away. All right. There's a 1 in 10 chance that a stray cat like that, a feral cat, will survive. So I told the kid, I was like, just give me the box. You're not putting this out in front and somebody's just going to take it. No, obviously not. So Rusty and I had, we took it, and there was other customers were buzzing around and looking how cute, and 2 other customers. It was really a nice moment for humanity at that moment, in that time. And one other lady went and bought a bottle, a little baby bottle, and a thing of formula for the cat because that store happened to be carrying it. Another woman bought wet food, and they all brought them to Rusty and I because we're taking this cat home. Just a really beautiful, humane moment of just love. Okay, so we brought him home. Now, at this time, the man and I were living in an apartment, and we were allowed to have 1 cat, which we did, baby cat. She was already a little bit older. We had gotten her, we rescued her. Well, she found us, I should say, down in North Carolina. We were staying down there. And now we have this house that we're up here watching and coming like on weekends to work on. And that was in the winter. And this now I'm talking about, I apologize. Now I'm talking about like fall, summer time period that we're at the grocery store. Kitten season, spring, not fall, spring kitten season. So little tiny cat, we says, okay, we'll just keep him upstairs. Underneath us is the landlord's. We're, upper, lower thing. And I'm sorry that I'm throwing this story here because I'm dragging this out terribly. When we named it Mr. Lucky Bojangles, it was a little boy, tabby cat, brown, not an orange tabby, and he was was absolutely adorable. And he got a little older, a couple months old. They start running around, and he was extremely active. And baby cat, or Bebe cat, we used to call her. Bebe wasn't really thrilled about him being there, and apparently neither were the landlords that lived beneath us with the little cat feet running around and chasing things and sounding like an elephant, even though it was ounces of weight. So the cat got evicted from the apartment. We didn't, but the cat did. So now the weather's broke, it's spring, and then we're coming up for weeks or weekends up from Connecticut up here to work on the house and get the house ready. And we've been doing that for a while. But now we're bringing the cat with us because of the landlords saying it's evicted, and we're trying to keep it as low key as possible. So we're spending more time up here than there. And the man changed his name to Hot Rod because he was running around so much all the time. So little Hot Rod turned into big, Oompa Loompa, stocky, huge. He wasn't even fat. He was just solid Hot Rod. So hence from that point on, we called him Hot Rod. So Hot Rod lived here with us with our other cats. We had others. And at this point, I am also fostering a lot of newborn orphan kittens and fostering feral cats with litters and just bringing home random cats for a week or 2 from the shelter to give them a little break out of the shelter, a little vacation. And everything was fine. Hot Rod was okay. He only ever played with the little spiral things, little spiral cat toys. That was the only toy, that and the ring on milk cartons. Those are the only 2 things he really played with, not the other toys. He tolerated the other cats, but wasn't really playful with the other cats. And then we rescued Scruffy, our Morkie. from Pennsylvania a few years back. And let me just backtrack. Where I live, we have a neighbor. I can't see the neighbor's house from my house because there's a hill and it's woods. You may or may not know that from seeing my backyard. They also are huge cat lovers. And when we moved up here, they were over here and helping, and we would go have, dinner there, play cards. And Hot Rod used to go over there and hang out with them too, and they would come here and pick them up and love on them. So basically, all of Hot Rod's life up here, he owned both of us, both my neighbors and all of us here. So now fast forward to picking up Scruffy and rescuing Scruffy from Pennsylvania. Scruffy loves cats. She loves to clean cats' ears. She likes to sniff them. She likes to show them all the things that she finds on the floor and runs around and prances with these toys. So Hot Rod was like, you know what, Ma? I'm old. I tolerated all the kittens, but this cat is just too much for me. And Hot Rod packed his little bag and he moved into my neighbor's house. Okay, I know this sounds really strange. And he started living outside with one of their outdoor cats, OJ, and they were best of buds. And he lived in their barn. So he was an outdoor barn cat at this point, which is fine because believe me, these people, people aren't even treated as nicely as these people treat their animals. Okay. So he had been living there now for, 3-4 years now. He's living over there at their house in their barn with OJ. And it's okay because it was important. Do I miss him? Did I miss him? Obviously, but he was more happy there than I thought we were going to get through a video without barking. Downstairs. Downstairs to bark. Anyway, I apologize. I'll put a bark alert now that I have to. Anyway, his heart gave away and they had to put him down. So R.I.P. little buddy. And I just really felt like sharing his story. And the part of it is he was born, I think, 2008, in the spring of 2008. So however old that makes him. And he would have been a feral dumpster cat and may not have survived at all. Most don't. But he lived an amazing, happy, loved life. So it's heartbreaking, but also he did live a beautiful life. All right, on that note, I'm going to save day 24 for another video. I really didn't mean to spiral down, but the news is still fresh in my heart. I found out yesterday, actually, and this is the following morning. So, just looking at old pictures of him and stuff and starting to be like sentimental and whatnot, but he did live. He was loved. He was loved by so many people. So he was a very lucky cat. On that note, thank you, Brenda. I will get to the 24 and day 25. Thank you, Thryss, for that beautiful yarn. Thank you, my sweet friend Jillie, for this amazing, you guys, thank you all for your support of our channel. Don't forget the thummies. Leave a comment, because we're doing the random comment thing. If you're still here, you're probably all left by now because I've been rambling on. But thank you all so very much. And I will drop this before Christmas, so Merry Christmas to y'all, and Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. I think Ramadan is also now. I'm not sure. I get my holidays confused. But whatever you celebrate. And if you don't celebrate, happy day. Okay? So that's how I feel about it. Love you all. Have a yarnolicious day and be fabulous.